Hello and welcome to this special episode where we finally get down to the matter and find out if it's rock and roll eyes or rock and roll lies. Joe, how was your week?
The whole week is busy, Tom. And then, like I'd mentioned last week, I rolled up to Kansas City, Missouri, as they call it, Missouri, and did Crypticon, and it was busy, Tom. It was busy. Friday when these shows open and we're just still kind of sitting there because people, like the VIPs, they rush to the celebrities and get their autographs real quick and everything. And that's what they do, get in line. They pay extra to get in line a little early. Well, prepared to sit there, but no, fucking people came to the table and they bought some shit. And I'm very grateful to the people of Kansas City and the surrounding area that came out and bought some shirts. Bought quite a few shirts. So thank you, people of Missouri.
Well, how was the show? It sounds like you're a little tuckered out.
I'm a bit tired. Yeah, the show was. I mean, I don't know. Like, honestly, I didn't think they had a really good guest list. I didn't think their guest list was strong. I didn't know what to expect, but I've always made money at this show, enough money for me to at least keep coming back. But fuck, man, people were out, all 3 days, even Sunday. And by Sunday, it was just like, oh, yeah, I got a medium left in this, and oh, and that I have a small and a 3X, but people will keep on buying it. They were like, yeah, I'll make it work. Fuck it. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll just cut the print off and sew it on the back of my jean vest.
Yeah, they'll do that, or I'll turn it into a nice old cum rag. I was like, okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Like, what you do with it after you buy it is your business.
As long as you buy it.
Yeah, and didn't really spend a whole lot of money. There was a lady that had some cool pins that I bought for my daughter, but if she's listening, well, didn't say which pins, huh? But anyway,
Which
uh,
pins did you pick up?
oh, so I got her the um but yeah, other than that, it was at an Embassy Suites, and you
Oh
know,
shit, happy hour.
yeah. Well, I mean, I was stuck at the table, but every Embassy Suites has a nice fountain you can sit by and listen to the flowing water. But we didn't stay at Embassy Suites. We stayed at some other place because I think when uh when I booked this shit, I looked at the room prices and like, no, that's fucking crazy. We're not staying there. And so I just kept on like clicking and clicking until I found, hey, this place seems all right. Super 8. On the way there, I start looking like, what did I fucking rent? Or what did I book? It's got horrible reviews, fucking horrible. Like, I think there was one good review, probably written by somebody that's like affiliated with whoever fucking owns it or something. Everything else was bad. Uh, Not the worst room I've ever stayed in. Not at all. I'd say the place that we stopped, either on the way to Indiana, like that place was worse than this. There was some issues with the toilet. Like if you didn't like, I don't know, jiggle the thing just right, the toilet would keep running. So I lifted up the old tank, and instead of replacing the chain, they had a grocery bag that was tied to one end of the thing. I wanted to call that. Hey, can you guys get us a new grocery bag so we can we can fix this? Uh,
Yeah,
but the
and Embassy Suites aren't that ridiculously priced compared to these things usually being at like Marriott's and Hilton's and shit. I'm guessing you booked this show during the dark times.
Probably, yeah, because and that would that explains a lot of the shit that I booked lately. Because yeah, the dark times were very like, man, I got to be frugal. I got to do whatever to. I don't know that I'm gonna make money, so I don't want to spend too much money.
Mm.
So yeah, we did that. We got there, and this I don't know what ethnicity this guy was, but he had kind of like orangish hair. It was weird looking hair and an orangish beard. And he, are you in town for Ariana Grande show? Yeah, yeah, she's my cousin. Yeah, so we're here to see her. Oh, very good, very good. So checked in later on. I'm checking out. Hey, what's going on in Kansas City? Ariana Grande is not playing. It's Taylor Swift that's playing for 2 nights out there, and there was nobody at this place when we checked in Thursday. But Friday, after we got back from the show, it was like super fucking crowded. Like the parking lot was just full.
With the horror crowd or the Taylor Swift crowd?
The Taylor Swift crowd, because we were like maybe a 5-minute drive away from where everybody was staying. Not a 5-minute walk like Texas Frightmare Weekend like
that
we had.
Sucks.
A 5-minute drive. It wasn't too bad a drive, but it did like limit our amount of drinking. We didn't get sloppy drunk the whole time there, which is okay. We got to see more of Kansas City. We went to go check out a couple of record stores. Ate at some bar called Grinders.
Shout out to you, Corey. You
Yeah.
fucking nut.
The food here was not good. Not good at all. Yeah, then, kept selling shit, kept, that's it. Saw my buddy Ari Lehman play his set, and he's all right. People can talk as much shit about him as he wants, but, he's fucking getting by on this thing. So good on you, Corey. And you actually can fucking sing, and play that guitar well. For a 3-man band, they're pretty good.
Did you get a record from him?
He gave me a record, Tom. Thank you, Ari.
Gold record?
Thanks a lot, buddy. Let's see. So the next day, yeah, more of that shit. And so the thing about the Super 8, right across the street was a casino, the Argosy. So went in there and sat down at some of those machines. I usually don't play those machines. I'm a table game guy. I like to play craps or blackjack, but Group doesn't do any of that. So I said, fuck it. I'll sit at one of these machines and just like press buttons and like let it eat up my like that,
Was it a fucking 2-walled casino with those rustic letters you'd get from Hobby Lobby that spelled out casino?
No, it was actually a really nice place.
So Bokeem Woodbine wasn't working there.
No, it was not. But again, like I looked it up, and because my concern when I go to a casino, are the drinks free? Like Vegas, you go to Vegas or even Louisiana, you fucking gamble there. As long as you're gambling, they're going to liquor you up so you can keep gambling. They don't seem to know that shit in Oklahoma, and they don't know that shit in Missouri. So, no, had to pay for a few beers, but pretty quick on this machine, it starts making some noises, and the wheels start just fucking turning. It wasn't much, but it was only a quarter machine, so I came out of that thing $100 up. So it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's something. So we did that. Tried to look for some good local beer. Found a Dunkel that was pretty good, but everything else there was it's all IPAs, man. Everywhere you go, it's fucking IPAs. Nobody has like a good fucking anything else. So the Dunkel was pretty good. I would drink that shit again. I forgot to take a picture of it. But yeah, then that Sunday did the show, and we hardly had anything left, so packed up. Loadout was easy, and we were on the road early, so we got back in record time, Tom. Record time.
What is record time?
Like what it says, 7.5 hours. What it says on the GPS, we actually made that, and actually got faster that because it rerouted us to some turnpike that was like 80 miles per hour on that turnpike. It's like, fuck yeah, man, that's some good shit. But no, I definitely would do this show again, which I always have. I always continue to make money there. I'd say one of the things that helped me out this year is that there was no other t-shirt vendors there. I was the only guy. Usually our buddies at Paul Bear are there, but they decided to say, fuck this show. Like, we hate the people from Missouri. And they went to Mad Monster Party in Arizona instead. Hopefully they did well. I haven't talked to Craig or Christian. We shall see. I'll be talking to Christian this week, I think. But that was the week. Got a lot of work piled up for this week and next week, and good shit right now, man. The dark times, they suck, but when they're over, fuck yeah, they're over, man. I'm glad about that. But your week, Tom, was much more interesting than mine.
Yeah, it's kind of a blur since it's Monday now. Like, I'm used to doing all this shit Sunday, so it just kind of reset and it's all out of my brain. So are we gonna have a hell of a time trying to remember all these movies I watched at the beginning of the week, and at the middle of the week went, oh shit, this is a lot of movies. I should stop watching them so I remember. And I don't know
Now,
how
luckily for
how
me,
that's
I
gonna
only
work.
watched one movie, so you like talking, so they'll get to hear you ramble on about all these movies that you watched. But the rest,
But hey, tell us about the drive back.
aside from all that, Tom, how was the rest of your week?
Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
that new restaurant you tried, how was that?
No, went to the old beer hole today. Got another thing different off their menu. I've had I would say at this point 75% of their menu, which honestly isn't much because it's only one page. So fries are still the only thing there worth a fuck.
Do you get a plate after you drink all their menus or something on the wall?
After I drink all their menus.
Yeah, drink everything on the menu.
No, it's just trying to find something worth a fuck, Joe.
The fries.
Yeah, I mean the fries are good, but I mean it's like a beer place, but it's all like weird uppity fucking white people food. I don't know. Like, they don't just have a regular, hey, get this fucking bacon cheeseburger. Oh, we got this candy peppered bacon with aioli sauce and shit. It's just like, come on, motherfucker. Just, are you really going to say, hey, can I get this, but can you just make it a regular fucking burger, please? But it doesn't matter because the buns they use suck. So,
just like Portello's.
fucking pricks. See you Friday, maybe. I might start driving 30 minutes out and be like, I don't feel like going anymore.
That's a fucking long drive from Frisco to fucking Mesquite or whatever you're fucking doing, and then back here, or I don't know. It's a lot of driving.
Yeah, how far is Mesquite from where you are?
I would say, depending on traffic, maybe 40 minutes. And if you're going to Frisco, that's like another 20, 25.
Yeah, I might just stay home. Sell all this stuff at discounted prices. Probably make more than I will this weekend, but don't see a lot of action going on the internets for this show for this weekend. So we'll see.
When we did it that one year, I mean, I did all right. I don't know. It's grown a little since then. You know the Haunters crowd, Tom?
Yeah, that's why I just kind of slopped shit together really fucking hastily, and I'll sell it cheaper because I know the Haunters crowd.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to be on a book convention. Turns out, and this is really weird, because I thought my show was Saturday and Sunday, and it's fucking Friday and Saturday. Lisa reminds, it's like, no, your show's Friday. So there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way they would start this show on a Friday. Yep, sure enough. From 3 to 9 on Friday, which is ridiculous, but I don't know. I'll be there. I'm the only one not selling books. I think I'm going to do pretty well.
Hey, come on down Sunday. I have an extra vendor pass.
I might do that with you. I might hang out.
Oh, thanks.
All right. We'll iron all that out after the show because people don't want to hear about this bullshit. They want to hear about what you watched.
Fucked. I'm gonna try, dude. I'm gonna try. Let me take a little liquid reminder for the audio listeners. That was me lifting up the can and tapping on it, and we'll start fucking this chicken. You know, on Sundays we usually get at least one person watching live.
Yeah,
That's a
well,
shame.
let me flip on over to the chat real quick. Let's see.
No one's there.
I trip to the comments. All right. Now let me
No
go
one's
back
there.
to us. No one's there.
Mm-mm. That's all right. This is the last episode. Joe?
I figured Red would be on, but he's probably sneaking into museums or some shit right now.
They fucking damn, they totally renovated that thing since I was there 10 or so years ago.
And that's
Have
in
you
San
ever
Francisco, right? That's the history of homosexual dinosaurs.
No. This is somewhere in the Arizona nothingness off of I-10. It's a tourist trap called The Thing. When I went there, it was like just like a rickety tin corridor that was windy and shit. It legit looked like something from The Hills Have Eyes that those motherfuckers would be living in. And you'd see like the tin falling off the wall, and you just see that it's like a fucked up ass backyard desert nothing. I was walking through that shit like legit feeling like someone's gonna rape and or eat me. Because it was just like someone's just gonna pop out and be like, "Oh, I got you, fat boy. Let me eat them breasts." But you know, I'm still here. But yeah, it was just a bunch of bullshit. Like, hey, look at this old farming equipment. Hey, it's a mobster's car. Hey, come look in this glass case at the end. It's a mummy. Woo! And that was the thing. Like that was the big attraction. The thing, it was just it probably was some fucking poor Mexican lady from a couple hundred years ago.
Sure.
But yeah, it was whatever. And then I see the videos he's posting, and it's all like these fucking dinosaur and alien statues. It's like, man. And it looks like they actually put like built around it to make it air conditioning and like somewhere you didn't feel like you were going to get molested stopping at this fucking tourist trap. But yeah, after seeing his videos, I fucking don't plan on driving to fucking I-10 that far out anymore, so I wouldn't have the chance to ever. So hey, if you ever find yourself driving and you see those tourist traps and shit, you might as well stop. I keep kicking myself. Well, not keep kicking myself, but I thought about it again. Like, I did that Kentucky fucking run a couple times. I never stopped at Dinosaur Land or whatever the fuck it was. So if I ever do that trip again, maybe I'll have to stop at old Dinosaur Land in Bowling Green, Kentucky, or wherever the fuck it was.
Is it at Bowling Green? Okay.
Somewhere around there by the car museum or whatever the fuck.
That Corvette museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I saw a bunch of trucks on the road and I was like, man, I wonder if Red's in any of these. You know, it's like I'm thinking, God damn, like there's so many trucks on the road and they're hauling this shit. And I think you gotta thank a trucker, man. You really gotta thank a trucker. But then we got on this back road, you know, and there was a fucking truck ahead of us and it's just going slow as fuck and we're stuck behind it. And I'm thinking, fuck these truckers, man. All they do is slow everything down. Fuck y'all. Stay off of the back roads. God damn, man. I know there's Dollar Generals in every little town, but shit. Pissed me off.
Sorry
Red.
to hear
Fuck,
that.
man.
Fuck. He's probably pissing in a jug at the time, so he didn't have the fucking gas pedal fully depressed.
Talk about depressed.
Yeah. Speaking of depressed, it's been
Speaking
a
of depressed,
wild
tell us about
summer.
movies. Yeah, it's wild.
Hey, Joe, does that guy look familiar?
Wait,
You
let me
can't
put
really see it, but it's you.
my spectacles.
It's you on the cover, Joe.
At the top
Oh, at the bottom.
with the robe with the robes.
No, at the bottom with the
Speaking of which,
cross in
happy
his
birthday,
back.
Ronnie James Dio. I know you can't hear me because you're dead, but happy birthday.
But you can still hear him, Joe.
Yes.
But you can still hear him. So yeah, this is Death to Metal. This is a Wild Eye joint. It is about a preacher at a Catholic church, I'm guessing, and he's all fire and brimstone, Old Testament shit. Just, oh, you do this, you're going to hell. You shouldn't be doing this. Be scared of everything. Blah, 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 blah. And the fucking, like the guy who runs the church, the father or the head molester, whatever you want to call it. He's like, slow down now. You're scaring everybody. Take 2 weeks off and get your mind right. Figure out what you want out of life, what you want out of this church. And he has a mental breakdown because this is his whole life. Like, oh, gosh darn it. How could you do this to me? Oh, I'm preaching the word of God and all this. Oh. So he does what any amateur would do when they're mad and he starts drinking. Not the blood of Christ or anything, but a little bottle of booze. So then he makes another amateur mistake and he gets in a car and starts driving. So he's all mad. Oh, I'm drunk and driving and mad now. And oh, he swerves off the road and he hits a drum of toxic waste. And it turns him into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. So after this fucking preacher turns into the Toxic Avenger, he puts a little robe on, makes a cross sword thing out of a fence or some shit, and then starts killing all the metal heads in town because they're having a big giant metal festival that's the biggest show that this promoter's ever put on, and there's like maybe 20 people there, but they're shooting it to make you think that there's a lot of people there. And then it's just this fucking Toxic Avenger motherfucker going around and just killing metalheads and shit. It was okay. Like better than your average Wild Eye movie for sure. I thought all the music was pretty fucking terrible. Not sure if these are real bands or not, but I mean, like they had shitty names, but a lot of these bands nowadays have some pretty shitty names. I think one of them was Grandma Incinerator. Sounds like it was made up, but I could believe that being
I can see
a
that, yeah,
real,
for sure.
yeah. So all the music was pretty fucking terrible, but it was all right. It was worth a watch. It's like your basic gimmick slasher movie, like something you would have seen come out in the 90s, except the music probably would have been a little better. It's just a lot of that screaming, growling bullshit. I don't go for that shit at all. But I don't really go for music at all. Unfortunately, I picked another fucking music list this week, and I should probably stop doing that shit.
I ain't singing shit later. I'm a bit tired.
Mm.
But Tom, I did watch a couple of things I forgot about. I watched another episode of the TV movie, The Wild World of Mystery. Remember that last one I talked about that lady that had the TV up in the attic and the aliens like seduced her and came to invade? Well, this one was called The Cloning of Clifford Swimmer.
Sounds like a made up fucking name there, Joe.
So this guy, Clifford Swimmer's his last name. He's a real son of a bitch, Tom. He's there talking to his therapist, tell him how shitty his life is, how he fucking hates his job, he hates his wife, his stepson's a little piece of shit, and he just wants to take off and, get a boat, buy a boat and live off of the Bahamas with this chick he's been banging from work. That's all he wants to do. So, just so happens that the psychiatrist dabbles in genetics and shit. It says, "Hey, how about I just clone you, and you go run off and do your shit, and your clone can take your place." Yeah, that's a good idea. So he does. He clones him. The guy takes off with the chick he's been fucking, leaves the clone there, and the clone's like an amnesiac, but he's looks just like the dude. So like, no, this is your life, and it's like he's a lot nicer to the wife and shit. He doesn't drink, but turns out this dude, the original guy, he'd got into some fucking business with some mobster people and like some loan sharks, borrowed a shitload of money for them. So they're beating up the clone, but the psychiatrist finds out. I said, no, I'll pay these motherfuckers off because he's trying to learn from this whole experience. Like what would this clone do in this situation? Well, as should be no surprise, the guy's there on the boat with this chick, and she's just a whore. She's out fucking everybody on the islands, and so he just gets fed up with her and kills her and sinks the boat and decides, you know what, I'm gonna go take my old life back. Comes back and is just a prick again to the wife and kills his clone so he can take his life back over. Shoots it all in the face and everything, so it can't be identified. But the police are confused. Hey, this guy has your fingerprints. Well, that's weird, so he's all fed up with it, and still, he's again doesn't like the wife, and she's all like, "Why are you acting like this? You were so fucking great for the last 6 months. Hey, fuck you, shut up."
I was thrown down a smokestack, you bitch.
You dumb, boring bitch. Yeah, the dude's great at playing this role. He's fucking amazing. And then it ends that the fucking psychiatrist is cloning the wife and kid. I don't know why. There's no explanation for that. There's no, even thinking about it, there's no logical reason for him to be doing this. The guy's still a prick. He still has the fucking mob after him, and that's it. It just ends like that, showing like the clones growing in some fucking lab. But weird. It is a weird thing. It is on YouTube. The cloning of Clifford Swimmer. Even a weird fucking title, but definitely worth a watch. I would check it out. I'd watch it again just because the guy is so good at playing an asshole, playing a prick, and it's on network. It aired on network TV, so it's not like he can cuss her out and call her a whore. But damn, does he make her feel like a stupid whore? And it's interesting shit.
This is based on a true story, you said?
Yes.
I see.
Based on those lambs that they did, Sally or whatever, the cloned lambs.
Like, what was it? Mustang Sally? Was that it?
Guess you better ride or something. I don't know.
Fucking bitch. Well, going back to a wild summer, Joe. It's not only a wild summer, but it's Christmas in July with the Christmas Craft Fair Massacre.
You
Joe,
ever been to a craft fair, Tom?
yeah, I've done shows in Houston.
All right.
Hey, have you ever been to a craft fair, Joe?
I have. I've been. Yeah. Oh, look, you made earrings out of bottle caps and just stuck a picture in there in epoxy. That's cool. Yeah.
Yarn.
You're
sweet.
You're selling that. Okay. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
So, fuck, man. This movie's pretty great. Have you ever seen The Abomination?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Replicator?
I've not seen Replicator.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay. Well, Abomination's all right. It's a pretty decent low budget monster movie. So this one was made 40 years later or so by the same guy who made The Abomination.
And Replicator?
Yes. So this was the first movie he's made or worked on, and I think the special feature said 12 or 20 years ago, or in 12 or 20 years, in the behind the scenes thing. He's talking about, yeah, the folks from Wild Eye came down and shot all this bonus stuff for the new Blu-ray release of Abomination. So when they were here, I met this gentleman named Mark Polonia, and he and I got to talking. And I thought I did well with my measly little 20-some movies. And he's over here making some 80-some movies, telling me how he shot it for nothing on a camera. So I took my cell phone and shot a movie, and would you know, the theater to premiere it cost more than the whole movie combined. So Christmas Craft Fair Massacre, Joe, is about a
It was shot on a Nokia 3.
I we'll get to. Well, I mean, I can do it now. When I was watching this movie for like the first 20-ish minutes, I was just like, is this shit made by middle schoolers? Maybe early high schoolers at the latest? I mean, like, good for them. They're fucking, it's put together and it's
Living the
kind
dream.
of a movie. Yeah, I mean, good for these kids. And then I started,
Bebe's kids.
I was just like, hey, Tom, this is taking place in a high school and shit, but there's no kids in this fucking movie. The youngest people in this movie are like in their mid 30s, and everybody else is, some would consider elderly. And the main character is this old man, probably in, I mean, 70s would probably be fair. And he's like an old hippie. And they angle the camera so you can't tell that he's reading all of his lines off. And keep in mind, he's the lead character, so he's in the movie a lot. But you can just look at his eyes and you see him darting back and forth, and then you realize how he's delivering the lines. Like, oh yeah, he's totally just reading the lines off a board. And then I finished this movie, and it turns out, hey, Joe, that's the guy who made the movie. He wasn't just a hired actor. One of the director's friends. It was the director, Joe. Oh. I wasn't even drunk. And I laughed and laughed and laughed. I had a great time with this, Joe. I had as you would say, muy excelente. I highly recommend everybody picking up a DVD copy of the Christmas Craft Fair Massacre and
Tim
making it.
Gross, who watches all the Massacre movies. If you're listening, there's another one to put on your list right there at Wild Eye.
But everybody, make this part of your Christmas viewing tradition, because I'm going to, and I'm going to watch it pretty drunk next time. Oh, it's something. It involves a fucking a satanic cult and a killer in a bucket head mask, and the killer in the bucket head mask is also the director, so he's playing dual roles. And one of the people in the movie, the youngest person in the movie, this balding 36-year-old, he's just smiling like this the whole time with just that pedophile mustache that people think that they should start wearing again. And he's just delivering his lines, and he just, oh yeah, babe, I'll wait for you out here. And that's how he delivers every single one of his lines. Oh, fuck. The realization I had when I'm just like, I don't think this is made by children, Thomas. Would highly, highly recommend. It's good stuff, Joe. Hot stuff. And that, well, I mean, I still got 3 Wild Eye movies left, but they're all Polonias.
So this documentary here, Tom, Metal, A Headbanger's Journey. I talked about this one some time back. This is a very good documentary. Now, when Roop was here the night before we took off on the road, decided to watch the special features, which that's something I really don't do. But there was a documentary here that is on Norwegian black metal. So they show a clip of they show a few clips of the documentary, and in the documentary he talks about Norwegian black metal, how they were burning churches and there was a few murders and shit associated with it. So he did a Q&A there in Norway, and I guess the people that could speak English, they asked him, hey, why the fuck did you just focus on the bad shit of Norwegian metal? They did more here than, burn churches and shit. That was just, a few bands. And he's like, oh, I guess he felt guilty and felt he had to, make up for that. So he did a little mini documentary on Norwegian black metal, and it covers a few bands, but then it kind of wanders off, and he's like fucking like, taking one of those sky cabs and like looking at old churches and just, oh, what a wonderful country. Dude, you're just kissing ass at this point. Fuck it. You made your movie. You don't have to apologize to anybody. That's not going to get more people to watch your shit later on. So this documentary on Norwegian black metal, shitty special feature. But then he has some extended interviews with people that he talked to in the real documentary, and it's with just about everybody in there, and those are pretty good. They're little clips that are funny that I didn't know why they didn't make the documentary. I guess for time, you run out of time on that shit, and you got to cut stuff out. Like some people don't cut stuff out now, and they probably should. But so Sorry. He talks to Lemmy, and talks to Dio, talks to a bunch of people, and Lemmy's one of the cool ones. He's got like 3 clips from Lemmy where Lemmy's saying, oh yeah, people say they don't give a fuck about fame, they don't give a fuck about money. Why else are you doing this shit? Of course you do. Of course you do. This is exactly what you want. Why else would you get up on a stage and present yourself in front of anybody if you don't want fame and fortune? So, truth from Lemmy once again.
Damn. It's like that time you played Camp Zool.
Yeah.
I guess you were just doing it for the fame and fortune.
Mm-hmm. Did he really play Camp Zool?
You did, you fuck.
Oh, I thought Lemmy was at Camp Zool?
Lemmy was dead.
What? Like, how long they been doing this? Yes,
3
we brought
years.
the show on the road to Camp Zool for fame and fortune, and everybody's watching tonight that was there in that one.
Yes, because we have 1 viewer. Oh fuck! Well, I mean, did they interview Grandma Incinerator? Did they get that?
Did that interview Grandma Incinerator? Unfortunately,
that's a shame.
But the documentary itself is worth picking up. I don't know where the fuck I found this. I'm glad I did though. I'll watch it again.
Garbage?
Maybe. Hey, look! They threw away some perfectly good DVDs here.
Hey Joe, you like wars?
Wars? Well, when I think about war, I always think, what is it good for?
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Say it again.
Say it again now. Well, Joe, probably don't like LA, do you?
La, it's a good prefix to some things. Yes.
Mostly feminine things.
Yes.
Well, Joe, if you put them both together and throw Vince Murdaco in there, you've got LA Wars. This one was pretty good.
Is that
Not
labeled
as
BD? Is that what's on
this
it?
this is an MVD Rewind collection.
Okay.
You're familiar with them, correct?
Trying to get rid of one of their sets this past weekend. Couldn't do it.
No, you never will.
Couldn't do it. I don't know. Houston's coming up, Tom.
Mm.
It's a bodybuilder chick. Houston is you know, open to
No,
a lot
I swear it's John Michael Thor. It's not a lady.
of
So LA Wars. It's about a cop or an ex-cop who's now a bouncer at a
good
dive
band
bar.
cops.
Ex-cop. Ice-T's fucking reformed thing. So anyways, this ex-cop named Jake Quinn, I think, or maybe it's Jake Jaquin.
Okay.
Little fuzzy on that. But he's one of these guys who beats your ass first and doesn't even bother with asking questions.
Fuck yeah.
And he's doing shit his way because it's the right way, motherfucker.
Tried to fund it, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he sees some lady getting roughed up. And when he sees some lady getting roughed up, I mean her and her chauffeur are going out of a store and the car swings around, blocks them in the front. Another car swings around, blocks them in the back. And then the fucking people get out, shoot the fuck out of the car, the chauffeur, and try to kidnap her. But old Jay Quinn comes up and he goes, and fucking Liu Kang's everybody, even though he's a white guy, and he saves the lady. Turns out that's the daughter of the biggest mob boss in America, Joe. So the cops, they say, "Oh shit, you son of a bitch. We'll give you your motherfucking badge back if you go and get us information and shit." And he says, "All right, but I'm doing it by my rules." So he gets a job as her bodyguard, the daughter of the mob boss. They start fucking and shit. The mob boss's number two's like this little rat-faced weasel fuck. And he has a thing for the mob boss's daughter, his dick. He tries to rape her. The fucking no one's having that. The bodyguard, not the mob boss. They kick him out and said, "You're dead to me. Never come back to the Olive Garden or I'll fucking kill you." So he goes to the Mexican gang, and the head of the Mexican gang is your boy, the fucking guy who started this fucking series where we just watch a fucking series of movies on this show. Old Rodrigo. So he's there trying to speak English poorly. And it turns into the Wops versus the fucking Mexicans, and hilarity ensues, Joe. This one is pretty fucking good. Grab some beer, grab your dick, and watch LA Wars. Would recommend for sure. Not as good as Action USA, but if you were to watch this and LA Wars together, you'll have a fucking great time.
So
Like
Tom,
there's a lot of squibs and shit like that, but like towards the end, one of the lady henchmen, she just gets a knife thrown in her fucking head and just a giant blood explosion happens. It's fucking awesome. Teach that slit who's boss.
are there any extras, or is it your usual MVD?
No, it's a rewind thing, so there's a lot. Like that
shit.
box right there.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of them. At some point I will, but yeah, it was pretty fucking great, Joe. They got this shit. I got this shit used on Amazon. Shout out to Amazon's fucking used section. You can find some fucking deals there for sure. But usually it's only one copy. Someone stepped on it or the slipcase got a little, so they'll mark it down. But excuse me, Hamilton book does have it for like fucking $18, and I think this shit's like fucking 27 or something. So definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Hot stuff. Good stuff, Joe. You got anything to say? Yep.
Yeah, I read a book, or I should say reread a book. And this is a book I think we had to read in the 7th grade. Maybe you've read it, Tom, called The Call of the Wild by Jack London. No? Had to read this shit in the 7th grade. And this book's fucking awesome. This book's about a dog that the fucking gardener, his dog lives at a fancy home. The gardener says, fuck it, I'm selling this dog. You know, I need some extra cash. And he sells it, and the dog ends up going to the fucking the Arctic, you know, the fucking, or Canada, or wherever the fuck it's called.
Damn, is this a Thing prequel?
Where they're mining for gold and shit, so they need sled dogs, you know, and the dog learns real quick, hey, they'll beat the fuck out of you if you don't do what they say. But the dog ends up, you know, fucking growing and becoming like leader of the fucking sled dogs, and like
leader of the pack,
and switches owners, and, you know, a bunch of different adventures, and it's fucking great. But a lot of bad shit happens to dogs and everything. There's, you know, it's because people suck. People are fucking stupid, but the shit's badass. But I read it in 7th grade, and it just reading it now made me realize how, man, most of the English teachers I had were fucking shitty. They fucking sucked. How could they not present something this good to kids that young and make it fucking exciting, make it to where you're... The dumbest thing teachers can do is, like, when you're reading a book or studying a book in school, it's like, okay, you're going to read. You're having dumb fucking young assholes that don't know how to read present this fucking book to people. You know, like, the wolf turned the
don't make fun of me
corner. Why doesn't the teacher just fucking read it, get you into it, then fucking
Whoa, Joe, that's because we all assume you went to a Mexican school and the students spoke better English than the teachers.
Maybe, but yeah,
you're gonna teach me, read me this book.
The shit sucks, man. The shit, you know, the education system just sucks, you know. And it's just like, hey, here's a multiple fucking choice thing about this book. Hey, write this little paper about this book you read and don't give a fuck about it. And I don't give a fuck either as your teacher. Just fucking do it. Let me get through this day. Yeah. So this book is great, but it just fucking shows...
children's book.
School sucks. It's not a fucking children's book.
Oh, Joe, come on. You read it in 7th grade. Some motherfuckers are reading Goosebumps.
No, there's a lot of fucking cool things in here. It's like, why didn't they fucking, like, explain this shit right? You know? Fuck these teachers. They're paid too much, dude. The fucking teachers are paid too much. Need pay cuts all fucking around. Cancel summer. And while the kids are doing summer, they should teach these fuckers how to teach. It's like, no, you're coming back here. You're gonna learn how to do this right. You're gonna inspire the next generation. So they don't just go and, like, fucking decide to make t-shirts and masks and shit, so they can actually do something productive in the world. I don't know. What'd you watch, Tom?
You hear that? We want the gold, sucker. Edward James Olmos, we coming for you. All right, I'm gonna head out. How do I get to these kids? Joe.
24.
I watched Black Cobra, the Fred Williamson classic.
BestCustomShirts.com.
You ever see this one, Joe?
Nope.
Oh, all right.
It was a request.
Yeah, it's not good. And there's like 4 of these movies.
Yeah.
I got this urban action movie pack. It's like 15 movies on 4 discs. Turns out they're printed on DVD-Rs, and the fucking movies on there are like VHS ripped from like 2nd or 3rd generation VHSs. So it looks worse than if you were just to find one that somebody uploaded on YouTube. But I watched it. I'm going to try and remember what it's about since, I've been chopping up these Fred Williamson reviews and putting them up on YouTube. But no, I don't. This isn't the one where he gets beat up and sent to Italy. This is an Italian movie. So right there, it's just like, well, that's why it sucks. It's a fucking Italian movie, and they just hired Fred Williamson. Shit. Let me look up my review, and maybe that'll refresh because I don't remember fucking shit about this one, man. Oh shit. I remember there's some fucking WAP broad he's trying to protect or something, but in every movie, Fred Williamson's always like, once you go white, that's it. Can't go back. Yeah. So all these movies is just him and white broads, but let me try and Black Cobra, here we go. In this one, Fred Williamson has to protect a lady from a vicious gang of crotch rocket enthusiasts because the lady witnessed the gang murdering a hoe and she took pictures of that shit. Okay, so there's a photographer lady. She's going home one night and I guess we're supposed to think it's people partying in the house, having a good time. But motherfuckers are obviously getting strangled and hit over the head and lamps and shit because you see it like Home Alone silhouette style and shit. So she's just like, oh, mate, something ain't right here. I'm going to go check it out, yeah? So she walks over there with her goofy ass Peter Parker camera that hangs around her neck and is fucking big as a cinder block. The gang members come out and there's like, whoa. Oh, so does the fucking lady with her neck slit. She also comes out of the house and just falls over. So the fucking guy, the gang of crotch rot, like the fucking, these guys are supposed to be like super toughs and shit, the big villains of the movie. And they're just riding around on like Kawasaki's and shit. They're a gang of rapists who drive fucking Kawasaki Ninjas and what have you. So they can get away quickly without being hurt.
Zoom in and out of traffic.
Man, if I didn't need doors on my car, I'd always open that shit when they come. But this isn't Jurassic Park and I don't drive a Jeep, so I need my fucking doors.
And my arm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Fred Williamson just protects this lady because she took pictures of him and then ran away because that giant flashball blinded him. So now he's working with the cops. I think he's a mercenary. Maybe he's not. But in the end, he protects the lady and they all live happily ever after, except for all the fucking white people they shot. It was pretty boring and lousy. I can't remember a lot because it was pretty boring and lousy. Tune in next week to see if I remember what the fuck Black Cobra 2 was about.
BestCustomShirts.com.
Oh shit, you got him all the way up to Black Cobra 4?
No, in fact, now that I think about it, Black Cobra, there are 2 movies from that same era named Black Cobra, and one of them is more of like a sexy movie. So,
oh yeah.
But 2 has a decent poster.
We'll see. We'll see, Joe. You got anything else to talk about?
Nothing else, Tom. Nothing.
All right, well, I do, Joe.
Damn.
That's all right. You might like this one. I spent last night clipping a bunch of fucking videos. And one of those videos was for Night Vision, the Fred Williamson classic, which I highly recommend everybody watch because that movie is fucking awesome. But it co-star your boy Cynthia Rothrock, Joe. Have you ever seen Undefeatable?
Shit, maybe I have, but I don't know. Sing it to me. Let me see what the fuck.
Sing me a song, little Cynthia.
Happy birthday, RJD.
Robert Downey Jr.
No, that's our anorexic fuck. Not anorexic. You know,
Dyslexic idiot.
dyslexic.
So yeah, this one's about Cynthia Rothrock and her sister. Wink, she's not gay. And she hangs out with only Asian dudes. Like it's a gang made up of Asian dudes and white chicks. So you know they're practically virgins. If you want to hit it, it'll be a very tight situation to slip into. Anyways, these street toughs are into underground street fighting. Like the Lionheart, I think it was. Was that the Jean-Claude one where
Yes, it was.
yeah. So old Lil Lionheart over here, she's fucking karate flipping men and shit and beating them up. And she's using this money to pay for her sister to go to college. She also works at a diner, but you know, that's to pay the bills and shit. You can't work at a fucking minimum wage job and think you can afford education. Don't be a silly bitch.
Just isn't paying the bills. I better get a second job as a fucking waitress.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, across town, there's a fucking like an underground boxing champion. And he's a real piece of work, Joe. They call him Stingray because he floats like a butterfly and stings like a ray. Or something. Anyways, old Bumblebee, his fucking wife leaves him because he's a fuckface. And he just loses it then, the Joe. And just any woman he sees that sort of kinda looks like his wife, not really at all. Oh, she's a white lady with kind of brown hair. Let me kidnap her, torture her, and kill her. And wouldn't you know, Joe?
This movie sounds great.
Joe, spoiler alert, would recommend. Anyways, you know, it finally happens and she gets old Cynthia's sister. Wink. So now Cynthia goes out on revengeance for this eyeball collecting maniac. And it's pretty great, Joe. After watching it, I ordered the Old Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray because there's supposed to be another cut on there and a bunch of special features. So stay tuned for that Blu-ray review.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man. I will watch any movie that old Cynthia Rothrock is in. Kind of like how you've been on this fucking Fred Williamson, you know. But you've been a fan for a long time.
He
and Wings Hauser, but you're kind of a recent, what the fuck happened here? You froze, Tom. You froze. God damn.
We're back now, Joe.
All right.
You'll watch Cynthia Rothrock just like I'll watch what? Animals fucking?
Yes. Animals fucking or kids in the playground, you know, or things like that. No, like the way you've been on this Fred Williamson kick, but as I was saying, you've been a Fred Williamson fan for quite a while, but you were a recent convert to Wings Hauser, and I know you're trying to absorb all of his library. I would say
that's right, Joe. I just watched Dead Man Walking. Oh, I'm sorry, you were speaking.
I would say do the same for old Cynthia Rothrock. Quality shit. Quality.
Yeah, I'm going to do Sworn to Justice this week. Funny enough, when I was cutting clips yesterday to upload to YouTube, I said that shit months ago. So maybe this time I'll actually watch it. Anyways, Dead Man Walking, the Wings Hauser classic, Joe.
Yeah, the Academy Award nominated film.
Yes, with your boy, Brian James. He's back, Joe. Can you believe it?
Cannot believe it.
If you need a cornball villain, he was the guy to fucking call for sure. Just do shit like that, and everyone would get scared or laugh. It's still a reaction. It doesn't matter. Let's hire him. Anyways, whoa, shit. Is that you, Brian? With an RION? Fucking dick. So, were your parents the dickheads, or did you just think that was a cool stage name? Anyways, Joe, Dead Man Walking. It's the fucking post-apocalyptic. Nah, it's not really post-apocalyptic. There's a virus that swept the world, or maybe just the nation. I don't fucking know. It's a virus that'll slowly kill you. It's the virus called living. Anyways, some people get this virus and they don't show symptoms and it's not transmittable, and they're called zero men. And all the zero men become crazy and they have an infatuation with death. So we go to this, it starts out, we see this bar that caters to zero men. And it's just like a bar where people are doing all different kinds of Russian roulette. Sure, you got the shit with the guns if you want to play classic Russian roulette, or you can try to defuse a time bomb. You go over there, we got some fucking chainsaws hanging from ropes, and you fucking the one guy puts it to his neck and you pull the rip cord, and that's where we find Wings Hauser
Or you
playing.
can play Magic the Gathering and die of embarrassment.
Yeah. So that's where we see Wings Hauser playing the Magic the Gathering game. And they're fucking pulling rip cords, and it's tense. You're just like, oh shit, someone's gonna get their fucking head cut off or something. Somebody does, but you don't see it. It would have been fucking awesome if you like saw it, Texas Chainsaw 2 style or some shit. But it's a lot of goofy stuff like that. And then we cut to old Jeffrey Combs playing Mr. Tibbs, driving his boss and her daughter through the plague zone, as they call it. And they get attacked by escaped convict Brian James with an RION and his flunkies. And they kill the fucking boss guy, kidnap the fucking girl, and leave fucking old Reanimator to go fuck animals or whatever the fuck he does. So he goes to this bar, hires Wings Hauser to get the fucking girl back for some reason. Probably just, you shouldn't let women get kidnapped and raped. That's probably a good reason to go and get them. So it's just old Reanimator and Wings Hauser hunting down. It's old Reanimator and Ramrod hunting down fucking House 3. It's pretty good, Joe. It's pretty good. It could be better. Like if there were some heavy gore in there.
Yeah.
There's some blood and shit, but it's definitely worth a watch. So if it starts out with these fucking idiots playing Russian roulette with a chainsaw, I mean, that's probably the best shit in the movie, but still, it's worth a fucking watch. Would recommend, Joe. Dead Man Walking. It's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. That's where I watched it. What else do I got here? You think anything?
Probably. God damn.
Oh, shit. You want to talk about the glory days of MTV?
Sure.
Like last week, I talked about rewatching the Max and how they had all those fucking innovative animated shows like the early to mid 90s, that's where you would go for animation and shit, because they were doing like the creative things, and that's where you would go. And one of these shows that I remember the first episode after
Liquid television.
rewatching it. No, no, but a character in this show is wearing an Aeon Flux shirt, I guess, because they didn't have to pay royalties for it. But Downtown, Joe, it's a slice of life, cinema verite, whatever you want to call it, type cartoon where it's just, normal kids, quote unquote, living their lives, but they get into wacky situations, and it's all amplified and shit because it's animation and all that. But it was pretty good. But it's definitely a time capsule of late 90s for sure. The just the look of it, the shit they were talking about and everything. It's fucking, if you're a fan of the gay 90s, do I have a TV show for you?
So if you're a Kevin Smith fan, would you like this?
Yeah. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Mission Hill and what's it, the Eltingville Club? Kind of those combined, but it's not as goofy.
I don't know either of those, and I've never heard of Downtown either.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I've obviously watched it before, if I remember the first fucking episode, but this popped up when I was looking up shit about the Max animated series to get some more information on that. So I was like, yeah, I'll watch this. And yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it's just a slice of life thing. This came out around, I think, the same time as Mission Hill. And it's fucking very similar. Mission Hill's just a little more goofy, and the color palette's a lot brighter and shit. But if you like Mission Hill, definitely check this out, because the shows are kind of pretty fucking parallel, really. But for you, I don't know. It's a toss up.
Yeah.
It's a toss up. If it took place in the late 80s, I'd say, oh, yeah, maybe check it out, Joe.
Yeah, maybe. We got this generational difference, Tom.
It's a gap, if you will.
And then, yeah, in fact, you're going to probably have to find somebody else to do the show with you for the last 10 years of your life, because I won't be around.
Well, I think I got about 3 left. But yeah, MTV used to fucking be the place to go for animation. Then they started the showing fucking Tom Green and Jackass, and then giving all the Jackass people their own fucking
once they started
spin-off shows,
it was just like, hey, fuck them. They were just like The Real World and that shit, and the one with the fucking B movie stars. It's like, all right, fuck you, you're done.
But luckily, their sister company, Cartoon Network, came along, and they started Adult Swim, and they had a good 10-year period where they were fucking doing some good shit with animation and all that. And then they started doing their live action shit and went downhill. And fucking Tim and Eric, fucking Lawyer Squad, and that Eric Andre shit, I was just like, yeah, I'm fucking done. Except for Venture Brothers.
Eric, thought it was good.
Yeah, you would. Mm-hmm. You would.
It's that dry humor, Tom. You just don't understand the.
No, it's
dry
not that
British humor.
You just like laughing at retarded crackers, as you so commonly refer to them.
I can't deny that.
I know. Joe, you like comic books?
I've been known to enjoy a comic book on occasion.
Do you like gore stories? I barely remember
as you guys may notice, down here, our little border at the bottom has a little British silhouette, a skyline, you could say. And if you didn't know this before, that fucking Piccadilly Circus, whatever you call that thing, Ferris wheel, over there, they make theirs in an oval, not in a circle. So interesting shit. Tales from the Crypt season 7, episode 3. Tom, 3.
A slight case of murder.
Like I said, on Thursday, I guess, when we were at the hotel, I watched these. So it's a little bit fuzzy. The thing is, I took my laptop so I could watch this. I forgot how shitty the sound quality is in my laptop. You know how loud some of these cheap ass hotels can be with the AC? You know? So I had to sync up the sound with my phone. And, it was a little bit off, but it's like watching like kind of a warped VHS, one that's been sitting in your car a little. So, fuck it, this is from that era, so fuck it, we watch it like that, Tom. And tell us all about this great tale of writing and neighborly love and British bullshit and murder.
So, just
murder most foul, Tom.
Just a little tip. If you're ever on the road and you're staying at hotels and you're bringing your laptop, bring an HDMI cable.
Yeah,
just
and
keep
that's
it in your
what
bag.
I should have done.
Yeah,
for sure.
I will be bringing one with me to Texas Honors Convention this weekend, especially Friday, because I'm not going to have shit to do. So, hey, 2023 movie reviews coming next week, Joe. A slight case of murder. This is about a fucking grumpy bitch. She's in her fucking shitty little British cottage with peat moss and stones on the outside, and she's punching away on a typewriter. Probably something about vampires named Lestat or some shit. She's a woman, so that's what I'm assuming. Anyways, fucking I don't know. I was trying to think of that big fat lady from American Idol who was that ugly British broad. Anyway, she comes over and asks to borrow some sugar. So the writer licks her box and then kicks her out. Or, no, before she does, she says, "Oh, mate, I'm writing this book too now. You want to give me any notes on my story?" "Yeah, I'll give you notes, lad. Yeah, big fat cow. Probably can't write. Probably can't write because you got those hooves, yeah? Now get the fuck out of my house because I'm writing."
It's a bunch of rubbish.
That's right. It's a bunch of robots.
Belongs in the bin.
Oh, shit. Anyways, she fucks off. The other lady goes back to writing. And her husband, her ex-husband.
I was a little confused on this shit myself.
He shows up and, he's going to kill her, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's
because
mad.
She's a woman. That's what she deserves.
Okay. So he thinks
it's funny because it's true.
So he whacks her in the head with a hot poker or some shit. He hits like a bitch, so he didn't really kill her, but he thinks
he probably plays Magic the Gathering.
Can't overextend my dice throwing arm. It's just because those dices are heavier due to the multiple sides you see.
Yeah, all them sides.
It adds weight to it. Anyways, this bitch hitting fuck drags her into the basement. This fucking, I guess the British don't finish their basements, and I'm not talking like throwing a fucking sofa and a pool table down there. I'm talking about they don't even put floors. They go down into the basement and
dirt.
It's fucking dirt, son. So he fucks up his dice throwing arm, shoveling up shit. And I didn't know fucking old Dave was gonna pop up in this episode. But fucking Dave pops up. He goes to the fucking house with a gun because he knows something's afoot, mate. And he finds the lady dead in the basement. And he says, "Oi!" And he runs back upstairs.
For some cookies.
He goes back to the house, gets a gun. Oh yeah, he was bringing over cookies. That's right.
Of cookies, yes.
That because his mom's the big fat bitch who was
The
asking for
bacon
sugar.
cookies, yeah.
So
shit, I'm surprised I remember this.
well, we're helping each other out here. We each remember just pieces. But yeah, he's fucking munching the cookies. He finds her dead in the fucking dirt basement, whatever, this fucking Ethiopian utopia. Fucking he goes back out, goes home to get his gun. The fucking mom's not really paying attention. She's looking at pictures or maybe story cards, whatever the fuck she's fumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes back. She's not down there anymore. He hears the guy in the house. They all get into a standoff. Oh, they shoot them. He shoots her. They shoot each other. And then the mom walks in, just like, "Oh, mate, this is almost just how I wrote it, love. Boy." And then everybody but her ends up dying. And you're left thinking, okay, is this like Corman's Calamity where he drew the comics and it came to life, but she's just like writing it out and this stuff actually happened? Or is it all kind of coincidence and she was just kind of writing it after the fact? Or piss poor, Joe.
Yeah, this one 0 for 3 right now.
Well, I like the first one with the lady with the bird.
No, I would I'm going 0 for 3 on this. Yeah, this one fucking sucked. This was just fucking lame, not funny, not. And again, and like I said, they use very little shit from actual Tales from the Crypt. This one was another one from Vault of Horror, and changed totally. I don't know if for the better or not, but no, I don't. Probably the original sucks too.
Yeah, wasn't. So, Joe, have you ever tried to escape?
Gar, what is it good for?
Are you talking about this one now?
All right. Okay, so this one is set in WWII, and it starts off with this prison break. These Nazis are escaping from a POW camp, and all of a sudden, like, their captors come up on them and just shoot them all but one, because this one Nazi had made a deal, like, hey, I know when they're gonna break out, you know, I'll give you the plan, you show up, you get them, and you give me, you know, special treatment here in this POW camp. He gets back and he finds that hey, wait a minute, the regime has changed here. This other Brit that's in charge now, and he's not playing. Like, he's like, no, fuck you, man. I don't give a fuck. I ain't making no deals with no Nazi. Fuck you. Get the fuck back to camp. And you know what? This POW camp seems pretty sweet, man. Like, you know, they got it kind of cool there. They got like some fucking nurses bringing them food and shit. They got their own beds. They hang around.
They have to work with their hands.
Yeah, you know, they don't. You know, it's
building caskets.
Doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem too bad. But this other Nazi like has a plan. Like, hey, we're gonna break out of here. He's thinking.
This thing about this other Nazi is he really wants to be friends with this guy.
Uh-huh.
Even if the guy said something like, I'm getting kind of sick of you, but I'll let you hang out with me if you suck my dick.
Yeah, it's a prison thing. It's a prison thing for sure. And
Want to do some cheek clapping.
but the guy's thinking, well, fuck, man, they're doing another prison break. I'll probably bring it to the head dude now, and still, I'll get some special treatment. It's like, hey, thanks for letting us know, you fuck. Get the fuck back there. We're not dealing with no Nazis. I already told you that. So the guy figures, well, shit, I got to break out for real then. So he does. He puts this plan in motion to break out, and they're down in some cellars or some shit. This is where I'm kind of forgetting what happened.
There's
Yeah.
tunnels underneath the camp
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know if like the other prisoners dug or they just had these tunnels built to escape, like because it's war, so they needed like underground passages to get through. So maybe the tunnels were already there. Either way, the prisoners tell this guy about these fucking tunnels and said, "You're a great escape artist. You need to come up with plans so you help all from us escapes." But he's only thinking about himself because he's a
Yeah.
fucking Nazi, you see. So he's doing some escaping with the guy who really wants to blow him. And he has enough of that shit because he's a fucking homophobe and punches him right in his cocksucker, throws it up and pieces out, and winds up in the infirmary or the hospital
Yeah.
where one of the people who he set up at the beginning of the movie survived.
Right.
And it's supposed to be like a big thing that the
That person can
lead
finger him.
Brit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
He doesn't want to get, if he doesn't want his cock sucked, he definitely doesn't want to get fingered.
Right.
So he goes and fucking kills the guy in the hospital. And the guy in the hospital is about to kill him until his little femboy buddy pops up and puts one in his computer, puts one in the guy who was going to finger the Nazi, kills him. And so he's just like, "Oh, mate, all right, you're all righty," and buckles his breeches. And then we cut, it fades, and the guy wipes his mouth, and they go back down into the hole. And,
Back to
you
the
know,
after that moment of intimacy.
yes, they go back to escaping, Joe. And then they do until the O. Henry happens. What's that?
I don't remember.
Oh, the little gay guy and the leader of the concentration camp. They were working together all the time just to lure this guy out so they can fucking shoot him.
Just like he did the other people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then everybody was released an hour later because it was the end of the war.
I'm not sure that they kept prisoners of war in Britain if they brought them back to the fucking island, but this episode was okay. Thought it was pretty good, Tom. Like, I would say now we are 1 for 3 on this because, I dug it. I was like, especially after watching them back to back with that other one, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought this one was definitely worse than episode 3, but I'll agree with you. We're 1 for 3, but just not the same episodes.
All right.
Yeah, I guess I remember the Crypt Keeper segment in this. He was kind of playing like an Arlie Ermy type.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a bunch of skeleton soldiers. Yeah,
talking shit to each of the skeletons, wearing like a fucking helmet and shit.
But he wasn't wearing a helmet. He was dressed in like the army browns with the hat and the sunglasses.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
Looked pretty good. With all those skeletons standing there with dirty clothes on.
I think these opening segments are where all the money's going to.
Maybe. But I mean, they had the set built and the puppets and shit, a good chunk of it. But, you know, I would like to see what they could do now, hooking all the computer shit up to the mouth to make it articulate correctly, because for the time it was pretty good. But you watch this shit and Hello, everybody. The mouth is moving, but not really moving how it's talking. So, sure, there's movement in the mouth and all that, and it's fucking awesome, but sort of kind of lines up with what he's saying.
Well, I'm sure John Casser's game. Yeah, do it.
GAYM.
Mm-hmm.
Tune in next week, creeps, for another couple episodes. Episodes 5 and 6, that is.
Fuck yeah.
But I'll say this, they haven't been good. But I've been enjoying watching these more than I have fucking Nemesis or Hellraiser. That's for sure. Because they're short.
They are.
Nice little in and out.
Yeah, I can watch them both back to back and be fucking done with them.
Mm-hmm.
Forget what the fuck happened.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
You a fan of Stegron the Dinosaur Man?
Hey, Tom, before we get to that.
Oh, shit.
Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 3. Okay, so last time, the fucking main baddie had turned fucking heel on Tarantula. So Tarantula's all fucking tied up and shit. Like, he breaks out because he says, like, hey, I got these pointy boots. No rope can hold me. Breaks out of that shit. But still, the main baddie is revealed to be the Light Master. It's this guy that can control light and shit or whatever. And so he kicks the Tarantula's ass and decides, hey, I'm just going to go and fuck up everybody I've been kidnapping. There's some more people I need to kidnap. And I'm going to do that. And Spider-Man's just been like swinging around and whatever. And he gets home and Flash Thompson is there with Gloria. I don't remember her last name.
Liz?
No, Gloria, the black.
Aldred.
So they decide, well, shit, let's all go eat. So they go to this new restaurant that Flash has been wanting to go to. Who's working there? I don't remember her name, but it's that Asian chick that Flash met in Vietnam. Remember that, Tom?
Oh, yes. Ping Lee.
Yeah, Shoshana, whatever. So, like, he meets her. It's like he's freaking out. It's like, hey, where you been? Why did you leave me and everything? And then he leaves all in a fluster. So that set up some shit there, man. And then
what did she say?
She says, "Oh no, Flash, no, don't look at me," and it's off.
Don't hit me.
Yeah. And then the fucking Italian guy that owns the restaurant kicks him out. Hey, get out of my place!
Hey,
get out of here.
Don't be racist.
Yeah. And so then Spider-Man fights the Light Master, and just like they did in the last episode or last issue, where the fucking Craven punched into a light switch and fucking electrocuted himself, this time Light Master shoots into a fucking control board and electrocutes himself. That's it. That's the end of the story. But it's not bad. This one's actually pretty good. And what's freaky is not freaky. It's just like unusual. Well,
no, it's freaky.
Not even unusual for Marvel because they turn that shit around all the time. The first 2 parts of the story were written by Jerry Conway. This part is written by Jim Shooter, who would be the fucking Marvel editor-in-chief. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good story. I dug it. And this rolls straight into the next fucking issue of Amazing Spider-Mans.
It's going to be a holiday holocaust, Joe. Yeah, it's a good thing to put on the cover of your fucking comic book. Oh, so we got Stegron the Dinosaur Man.
The Kidnapping Dinosaur Man.
Versus Lizard, the Lizard Man. Everybody come see the Lizard Man. So, in this one, Spider-Man recovers from getting his ass handed to him by Stegron the Dinosaur Man. And They fight and Spider-Man wins the end.
Stegron's has improved his technology to where he can fucking make the dinosaur.
The bones aren't just alive now. Now they
Yeah.
have muscle and skin and
Right.
peni.
But for some reason, he still needs the lizard to do some shit. Like, he can't fucking... I don't know. It's dumb. Dumb fucking shit. And we are...
You're telling me Stegron, the dinosaur man, is dumb fucking shit?
No, I'm not saying that, Tom. I mean, he's somebody's beloved creation. But, yeah, he's stupid.
Glenn Wine and Ross Andrews.
Yeah. Okay, so we show again, like, hey, well, what the fuck has been Jameson been doing with this one college bitch? Like, what are they setting up? Like, what's his big plan? Another Spider Slayer. That's their big fucking stupid ass, unoriginal piece of shit plan that will play out next issue. But Stegron, what happens to him? He's fucking hiding from Spider-Man like a little bitch and fucking falls in the ice, the frozen ice,
cold
in the Hudson River, and he dies or whatever.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, he may be back in an issue of Marvel 2-in-1 or one of the shitty annuals or something. I think we missed an annual somewhere too. I'll find out. We'll check. We'll check on that.
Okay. I don't think we did though. The thing that I'm going and it tells you what the next one is.
Okay.
Like if it is an annual or not. So I think we're okay. Or a
This guy
giant size,
does
whatever.
Spider-Man comic books. He's pretty good at putting it all together. Like, kudos to that dude. Like, it even has like the Spider-Man Superman's crossover, and like anything that Spider-Man was in, because he like had What If and the fucking Marvel Super Stories. You know.
So he had your ass up there.
That's not nice, huh?
Hey Joe, you like lists?
Not really.
What, are you a fucking racist?
No, not at all.
Number 1, Eminem. No, you're not, are you? Number 1, Kid Rock. All right, so this was your idea.
No, it wasn't. Not at all. So Tom suggested our favorite rappers. So at number 5, as a group, and I know Tom is familiar and a big fan of this, the Chicago Bears Shuffling Crew, who had the big hit. I don't remember what it was.
The Super Bowl Shuffle.
Super Bowl Shuffle. Yeah, so you had everybody singing it. You had the Refrigerator, William Perry. You had Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon, who went on to make one movie. You had who the fuck was on that team? Walter Payton. You know, very good team of football players, but even a better rapping crew.
Joe, my number 5, people would consider the godfather of rap. And this would be Rudolph Ray Moore. Have you heard of him?
I have.
I've heard him singing a lot. I heard him sing a lot more than I've heard him rap. But he's called the godfather of rap, so he had to make the list there, Joe.
Okay. I'll accept that, Tom.
Thank you.
At number 4, I'm going with Thugnificent from a show called The Boondocks. This is a fucking great rapper here. If you're not familiar with his shit, familiarize yourself with that.
What was his big hit, Joe?
What's your number 4, Tom?
It was Do the Homies, if I remember.
Maybe. I'm going to go through and rewatch that whole series.
He had
again.
Riley wearing a skirt.
Tom froze again.
Joe's gone, but that's okay.
Tom froze, but that's okay because nobody's listening to shit. Oh, Tom's back.
Two people are.
Tom's back. What you
Two
know? What
people are.
is he rolled like an 8 or something to see if he could come back?
Curses!
Some Magic the Gathering shit there.
Resplendid. Joe.
Oh, fuck, Magic.
My number 4, people say, invented dirty rap. He would rap dirty, if you will. And that would be Blowfly, the world's baddest radio edit.
Mm-hmm.
He's just slightly above Rudy Ray Moore because I've actually heard Blowfly rap before. He sings a lot, though, too.
So, like, every time, I never saw Blowfly perform, but there would always be times when people would tell me, hey, fuck yeah, Soulfly is coming. And I would always think, Blowfly is coming? Fuck yeah. Like, no. It wasn't. It wasn't him. It was Soulfly.
Oh, Soulfly with their stupid logo.
So I was very disappointed every time I heard that.
Well, if you want to see Blowfly, keep your eyes out for the re-release of the hit motion picture Fisted, which I have a sneaking suspicion is going to be retitled. But we will see, Joe. We will see.
Tom, at number 3, we're going back to those British Isles. Back to England. Because, you know, rap isn't just fucking something from America. It's international. For real. I'm talking about Ali G.
Respect.
You know, probably known more for his interview prowess, you know, but he was a rapper too, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard him rap, but all right.
Ali G the movie.
Ali G in the House is what it was called.
That's right, it was.
That's the gentleman who directed The Menu, if you'll remember.
You're a fan because he's white, yeah.
I wouldn't consider those people white. Bunch of fucking sand. Anyways, Joe, what are we on?
3.
With such hits as Trapped in the Closet and Run from the Other F Words. One of your favorites from, I think, last week.
Yes.
Or the week before, Joe. Gangsta. Well, you know. Gangsta.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you picked the wrong fucking fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
Run from the. Rest in empowerment. AIDS is a terrible disease and
it is.
Should have wrapped it up.
It really is.
Instead of fucking busting a guy's cheeks open and having his anals bleed in your dick hole. I think that's how it happens.
Tom, at number 2, I have a gentleman that goes by nom de plume of gangsta homosexual F word. While other people were hiding in the closet, this homosexual F word was out there. Out there, Tom. And showing like you don't have to be a Magic the Gathering playing homosexual left word. Because if they kill your lover, then you need to go out there and get back. Get back.
Now I'm standing here with my dick in his hand. Oh, such erotic lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, my number 2 is rock rap. Some would listen to it when you're stoned.
Bad.
With the hit song, What Time Is It? It's Ben Grimm. Oh, what time is it? It's clobbering time. Oh, what time is it? Hey, it's clobbering time. First time I heard that thing rap, I knew my heart was stolen forever.
It's like they were singing to you.
They were. They were.
At number 1, Tom. And this should come to no surprise, as no surprise to people that follow this show. Parappa the Rapper.
Fuck.
This motherfucker is salting the fries, fries, flipping the burgers. He's doing everything. Good shit, man. Good shit. I hope they put it out on vinyl. I want to put it on and fucking scratch it. Yeah.
Kick, punch, it's all in your mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find.
Fuck. Fucking level.
Well, Joe, I wish we had more fucking, entries into this, but, wishing only gets you so far, and we're at the last one. And my number 1 was what you would call a wish master. He was also a hamburger boy who sat at the top of the stairs, or at least had dreams of sitting at the top of the stairs. And that is Skilo, Joe. Skilo. He wishes he had his day, because every day would be a Friday, and you could even speed on the highway. He wishes, Joe. I wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. Classic. Classics never die. Unfortunately, Skilo bled into another guy's dick hole. Allegedly. Just kidding. I made that up. Don't sue me, big money Skilo.
Until you sang it, that little whisper. It's like, oh, okay, that motherfucker.
I wish.
All right.
Yep. He had a good 3-month run. So what are we doing next week, Joe?
When we talk about our most hated, the dumbest as fuck, the silliest musical instruments out there. I can write this list right now, but Tom's frozen, which I might as well fucking do it. Oh,
well, I'm not frozen at all. I was just, I thought I had the shitty list. That's all right. Everybody, dwnproductions.net, masks, bus, props, custom work, all that shit. If you order now, I will greatly appreciate it. Probably won't be able to get your stuff out till August, but still, the website does say 4 to 6 weeks, so it will be in the allotted time that is stated on the website. Once again, dwnproductions.net. And if you are watching this live or the week that it goes out or goes up, erection style, and you will be in the Dallas area, which you won't be, head on out to Texas Hunters Convention. I will be there looking miserable as fuck. Hopefully, drinking beer that I smuggled in. Thank you. Thank you.
That, go to fastcustomshirts.com. Order some shirts if you want. Hey, if you don't want and you need some custom work, fastcustomshirts@gmail.com, and send me, like, if you need some customers, send me what you want, but don't send me no bullshit. You know, don't send me like something that's done on fucking 72 resolution fucking rate that everybody sends me because you don't know, like, hey, that's the default. That's good for making fucking business cards or something this tiny. If you want a shirt,
300 at least.
yeah, fucking at least start out with that shit. Make a new file, start out with that shit, fix it up. And if you're paying a fucking artist and they don't know to do that,
You're
as well,
paying the wrong artists.
beat the fuck out of them. Yeah. Because they're fucking dumb and they're not an artist. They may be an artist, but they don't know how to do shit for other mediums. And I get sick of that shit. Because, like, anyway, fastcustomshirts.com. Come on over to Texas AuthorCon. I know you won't. That's fine. You don't need
They got a better shot of going to the Hunters Convention, Joe.
Yeah, go to the Hunters Convention. That's fine. You know, Tom will be there and whatever. I don't know. Anyway, fuck it. Tom would.
Remember? And next week again, it will be a Monday show because of the conventions. I don't know where I'll be. Maybe I'll be at Joe's. Maybe I'll be on the road. I have no idea, but we will find out Sunday. Until then, Joe, do you have anything else to say?
I would say
Don't yet. Hold on. Everybody, have a great week. I know Joe doesn't give a fuck about wishing you all well because he's a wishing well, but I do, and I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks for checking this out. And Joe, now you can hit him with the oh shit magic.
BOYGOB.
Shit, I gotta hit it. Don't worry, I'll edit this out.